Good morning, dear students. So, hope all of you are well. Today we are going to continue from the session where we left off yesterday. So, in our today's class also we will be discussing. We will continue our discussion on text editing in a LibreOffice Writer application. Right? So, what are the different contents that we are going to discuss today? The first thing is selecting non-consecutive text item. Okay, so the first point of discussion of today is selection of non-consecutive text item. Suppose in our text editing application, say I have inserted a paragraph. Now in this paragraph, on certain set of words which are not consecutive, which are not adjacent to each other, which are not consecutive, we need to select and make correction on those words. In such situation, we will go ahead with the set of steps that will be listed now. So non-consecutive simply indicates that the text which we are going to edit are not adjacent to each other. Instead, they will be spreaded anywhere. They will be spreaded anywhere. So what are the different set of steps? Let us see. First thing is LibreOffice Writer provides a way to select the non-consecutive text using keyboard and mouse. Okay, so the spelling is mistake, M-O-U-S-E should be there. So by means of this writer application, non-consecutive text can be selected with the assistance of keyboard and our mouse. Means both the keyboard and mouse need to be utilized together in order to select a non-consecutive text item. So what are the steps involved? Let us see. First thing is the piece of text. One piece of text. First of all, we need to select a piece of text. Any text we need to select. After that, hold down the control key and use the mouse to select the next piece of text. And in the next step, what we will do, after selecting the first text, we need to press and hold the control key. So whenever we are supposed to do this task of non-consecutive text selection, the text that has to be selected first should be selected, followed by pressing and holding the control button and then using the mouse to select the next piece of text, and then repeat the steps as often as needed. Until and unless our selection is over, we need to repeat the steps one by one. Okay, so until and unless our task is accomplished or finished, job is finished, we need to repeat the steps again and again. And in order to select the vertical block of text, select from the menu. Okay, so apart from this, we need to also select vertical block of text. Then this selection of vertical block of text is there on the other slide, which has been the explanation has been given in detail. So the next slide depicts the steps that has been mentioned here. Means all the steps that has been mentioned here in order to select the consecutive text item is shown by means of the slide of next page. So this is the slide. See, picture depicting the non-consecutive text selection. Here in this text, these are non-consecutive text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to select all those non-consecutive text. In order to do so, we need to first select a single text, a single word, followed by pressing and holding the control key, and then selection of the other set of text. So let us see. Let me show you the same thing. Since we are concentrating on LibreOffice Writer, so go ahead with LibreOffice only. Suppose I have selected a text. Now I have selected a title for the text, and then I am using the I am actually filling up the short summary of the story. Okay, so here I have chosen a title of the discussion, the accidental apprentice. Now what I did, I have inserted certain content into our title. Now suppose I need to select a set of non-consecutive text items. In such situation, first of all, I will select one. Say I am selecting this word. Selected. Then I am pressing Control. After pressing Control, suppose middle. See, double click, it will get selected. Similarly, bring your cursor at this location. Double click, it will get selected. Bring your cursor at this location, double click, it will get selected. Cursor at this location, double click, selected. Cursor this location, double click, selected. Selected. Like this, we can go ahead with the selection of non-consecutive text item. Okay. Select one word. After that, press and hold the Control key and followed by selection of next word, next characters or next word with double click of our mouse. So this is about selecting a non-consecutive text item. Now let us come to the next topic, that is selecting a vertical block of text. Whenever there is a vertical block of data, how vertical block of data can be selected? So let us see. It is also possible to select a block or a column of text that is separated by space or gaps. Now sometimes what happens, our text are separated in the form of vertical block or column. The text or the content that we are going to work on are separated by vertical block or column by using spaces or tabs. In such situation, in order to select the vertical block of text, the menu where we should go is, we need to go to edit menu. From there we need to choose selection mode and then block area or press Ctrl F8. This is the set of steps by means of which we can do, or if we need a shortcut key, then combination is Ctrl plus F8. So we will first, the picture depicting the same has been illustrated on the next slide. So we have a slide in which I have depicted all those things, all those contents. Let us see. See here, picture depicting selection of vertical block of text. This is the vertical block of text here. How it can be done? Suppose I have created a table. Let us see how it can be done. So in front of you, a table has been generated by means of LibreOffice Writer. Now here, in order to select the vertical block of text, we were discussing the selection of vertical block of text. So go to edit, selection mode and block area. Okay, first of all, edit, then here selection mode, block area. Okay, so once, suppose I need to select these two columns, then directly we can do it, or simply one shortcut is there, that is Ctrl F8. If you go on and press Ctrl and F8 keys together, then also this vertical block of text will be selected from the menu. So this is how the selection can be done for vertical block of text. Now let us come to the next topic of our discussion, that is find and replace. So here this is a feature which is used to search for the text and replace it with other text. Whenever there is a need for insertion of a text with some other text, replacement of text with some other text, in such situation we go ahead with this feature of the text editing. Okay, so here the steps involved are, there are also a series of steps involved. The steps involved are, here also spelling is mistake, so please make it corrected steps. In place of step it is steps. So select edit, find and replace option or Ctrl F. Direct shortcut key is there, one key is there, that is Ctrl F, by means of which we can open this option, or go from edit tab, we need to go to find and replace option. We need to find, we need to choose find and replace option, and the dialog box will open in front of us. Then in the next, we need to type the text to find in the find box. To change the text to a different text, enter the new text in the replace box, and in the replace box we need to enter the new text, by means of which we need to replace that particular text. A picture has been depicted in front of you on the next page, on the next slide. So here, this is how a find and replace window will look like. So let us first of all check the steps which are involved in here. Control Z, it will undo all the tasks that has been done. Okay, so this is the paragraph where I am using the find and replace option. So the steps involved are, first thing, edit. See here, edit, find and replace option, Control H is there. Okay, find. Suppose, go ahead and check which word is repeatedly utilized here. Okay, say the word has been repeatedly utilized. Now, in order to replace this the word with some other, say a. Okay, press a and then replace all. Find all. Once we do this, all the word which contain the will be selected automatically, and then finally replace all or replace. Replace all I am doing because it will replace all the word which contains the into a. So see, an accidental apprentice. An accidental apprentice, it was there. The accidental apprentice, it was there. It got changed into a. So like this, everything got changed. Okay. So this is how we should utilize find and replace. Now the picture depicting the same is shown on the next page. See, here it is. Here it is. Like this, whatever I have done, it is there, shown in the form of picture in front of you via PPT. Now, let us come to the next feature of text editing, jumping to the page number. How we can jump to a specific page number. Suppose we are working on a document which consists of a set of 9 to 10 pages. Okay, in such situation, say we are working on page number 6, and while going through that particular page, I came to know that some mistakes or some errors have crept in page number 1, and I would like to go back directly to the page 1 and correct those mistakes. In such situation, this feature of text editing is very useful. So, what are the different steps involved? We will discuss. See, in order to jump to a particular page number, the go to page feature of Writer is useful. Here we will be using go to page feature. Okay, in this we need to go to page. We need to select go to page feature of the Writer option, by means of which jumping to a page number can be done. So to use this feature, the steps involved are: from the edit menu, we need to select go to page. From the edit menu, we need to select go to page, and similarly, the keyboard shortcut is Ctrl G. If we directly, without going to any of the tabs, we directly go to the specific set of pages, specific page, then we can choose Ctrl plus G option together. Okay, so in that, after that, specify the page number in the dialog box. A dialog box will appear once we press Ctrl G or go to page. After a dialog box will appear where we need to enter the page number, specify the page number. The cursor will move to the first character of specified page number. First, the cursor will automatically move to the first character of specified page number directly. Okay, so once we click on go to page, a dialog box will appear, and in this dialog box, after specifying the page number, our cursor will automatically be directed to that particular page which has been selected by me or us. Okay, so a picture depicting the same has not been mentioned. I will show it to you. So let us see. Suppose this is our LibreOffice Writer. Now what I did, I am moving from this page to some other set of pages. Okay, say page number page number 9 I have reached. It is clearly visible from this location. Page number 9 I have reached. Now directly I need to go to page number 1, say the page in which our paragraph has been written or mentioned. So in order to do so, go to edit menu, then go to page, edit menu, and from edit we need to check for go to page. See, this one is the option considered as go to page, by means of which we can directly move from any location to the first location, initial location, or shortcut combination of shortcut key is Ctrl G. So press here. See, page number, this dialog box appear. Now suppose I would like to go to page number 1, press OK. It will automatically bring our cursor to the page number 1 first character. Are you able to see? So like this, we can apply the go to feature in order to move from any location of a document to some other location directly without needing to scroll. So this is known as go to feature or jump feature of text editing. Now let us come to the next topic, that is non-printing characters. Now there are certain characters which is generally not being shown once we enter those characters into our textual document. For example, once we press space bar, the space bar will not be depicted by any keyword. Instead, whenever we press the space bar or tab key or enter key, a blank space will be created. For example, if we press space bar key, it will shift our cursor to one character forward. Similarly, if tab key is selected, one word forward, and enter one line forward. Now in between those spaces also certain characters are being filled whenever we press space bar, tab or enter key. But those keywords are not being depicted and they does not appear on the screen. So they are considered as non-printing characters. So if a question comes up like what are the non-printing characters, then simply press say enter space bar and the tab key, because those after pressing those key, the space in which that particular key is pressed is being left as blank. Instead, nothing appears, no any other character appears on the screen after pressing those keys. So they are considered as non-printing characters. Now, in order to see the exact formatting of the document, in order to observe the exact formatting or the exact location where this character has been placed, we need to use this non-printing character. We need to see these non-printing characters. Those non-printing characters has to be visualized by us. Only then we will be able to understand the exact formatting of document. So how it can be done? To display the non-printing character, we need to select a toggle formatting mark. You might have seen this mark while performing, while executing, or while inserting text, while inserting textual content into a document. So this is known as toggle formatting mark. Using this mark only, we can see the places or the location where enter, spacebar and tab key has been pressed. That is, since they do not appear on the screen, so they has to be represented by toggle formatting mark. And in order to use the keyboard shortcut, that is Control F10, to display the non-printing character, toggle formatting mark can be pressed, or directly Control plus F10 can be pressed. The tab space is shown by symbol, arrow symbol, while spacebar is shown by dot. So once we press on toggle formatting mark, our tab space, the space that has been created by tab key, will be shown by arrow which is directed towards the right, while spacebar will be shown by a dot. Okay, so whenever we press spacebar, a dot will appear after pressing the toggle formatting mark. So let us see what is this toggle formatting mark and how it will assist us in finding the locations where we have entered spacebar, tab key or enter key. So let us see. This is our piece of text. What I did, I simply selected the complete set of text. Toggle formatting mark. See, toggle formatting mark is this one. Okay, either you press this one, this key, tab, or this mark, or press Control plus F10 keys together. See, combination is Control plus F10. So I am pressing directly this one. See here. Since after title bar, what we have done, we have kept one line. After this only, we are going ahead with our actual paragraph. So here, this story is based on a middle class girl. See here, after every word, full stop is appearing. Full stop, correct? So full stop simply indicates what? Full stop indicates, see here, space bar. Since we have not inserted tab space, if we would have inserted tab space key, then it would have been represented by this symbol. Tab space key has not been utilized, so right-handed arrow is not being depicted here. Okay, so this is the concept of toggle formatting mark. Now I am again removing the toggle formatting. See, once we have clicked again, it got removed. Like this, if spacebar has been used, it will be represented by dot once pressing the toggle formatting mark, and if tab has been utilized for giving a space in such situation, it will be depicted by a right-handed arrow key. So this is the use of non-printing characters in how to depict the non-printing characters in our textual document. Now let us come to the next picture depicting the non-printing characters. See here, as I said earlier, as I have shown it to you, in the same way it has been depicted in front of you. See, after in, spacebar has been utilized, which has been shown by a dot, and after completion of a line, if space is there, then it will be represented by toggle formatting mark. And see here, spacebar has been utilized, so depicted by right arrow key. Okay, so these are the concept of non-printing character. Non-printing characters generally include spacebar, enter key, as well as tab key. Remember these things. And moreover, at which situation for tab, what character will be used, for spacebar, which key will be used, in order to depict that. After selecting the toggle formatting mark, those things you need to remember, because this might be a question of your examination objective time. Okay, so with this I would like to conclude our today's discussion of class 9 unit 3. Thank you.